So I just put the bows on like this. I got stickers, a sample sticker. It's like a pizza box. So it looks quite nice, very pretty. I'm sliding all this in. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I thought today I'll do like a little video of me actually talking about the way I package items and where I got the packaging from, and if I make the packaging, how I make it and all that. So I thought I'll just do something a bit different. I have done sort of a similar video when I first started my YouTube channel, but that was a couple months ago. I have changed a couple of my packaging bits and pieces. A lot of them are still the same, but just a little refresher would be cool too. I usually do all my orders every Monday and Tuesday. I'll write them all down on a book, like in a notebook, and then I'll make the pieces and then I'll ship them Tuesday and Wednesday. This is last week's orders, so I just wrote them all down in like a list of things I need to make. For example, I'll just write something like chickens or Louisiana, which is what I call my scrunchies. For other pieces, which are, because usually I sell scrunchies, that's mostly what I do. I do sometimes sell face masks, stickers and bows. So if it's any of those, I'll put FM for face mask, or and the name of the face mask, like Violet Daisy FM. And for example, Tide bows, I'll put like April Tide bow. I also write like if they're tracked, those orders. And I also write if like there's any special requests, like if customers want thin elastic in scrunchies, or if they want the bow on a headband, that sort of thing. I'll write it in the book as well. I much prefer using a book. I don't know why, I've always done it. I got heaps in there. So that's how I like document what I'm making, and then I will go off and make them. So I've already made pretty much everything. Here's a pile of all the bits and pieces I've made today. And I've got some more bows and stuff. I'm gonna knock that. I've got some bows and stuff just here as well. First things first, I usually ship in an envelope. You'll see in my Ozpost shipping video, I describe all my rigid mailers I have. I'll show you a couple now. These are my two most common sizes. So I've got a CD mailer and I've got an A5 mailer, and I'm pretty sure it's the A5. So I like these because they protect the items, and they also don't puff up, whereas envelopes can with scrunchies if they're too thick. So that's pretty much what they do. They just fold down. They're 2 centimeters, so they can just have stamps on them and be sent through regular post. I used to write every single address on the front. Now I just copy and paste all the addresses from Etsy or Shopify, and then paste them in a Word document with 3 columns. And then I change the font as well, and like up the size and whatnot. So that's what I normally do. I also have tracked envelopes, which look like this sort of thing, for anyone that orders with tracked envelope shipping. So I do offer all sorts of shipping on my website. I offer just standard mail shipping. I offer tracked envelope shipping. I offer tracked parcel shipping. And I offer express parcel shipping. Most of the time, it's either one of these two. It's either the tracked envelope or just the rigid mailers, which have no tracking, and that's only for domestic as well. And I've got some new stuff this week. I've been lucky enough to get some no-issue mailers. So I'm gonna open these now. I wanted to get some no-issue ones because I'm hoping that my normal parcel boxes will fit in these mailers. I was thinking that if that works, I can limit the usage of tape on the big mailer boxes, because I actually have to use quite a lot of tape on there. And tape obviously isn't that great for the environment, especially like the ones I use because that's just from Kmart. So I don't know, trying to limit wherever I can, like in reason, because it is hard, because it is quite expensive to go completely environmentally friendly and whatnot. So wherever I can help will help, I suppose. It's like a pizza box. So here we go, we've got these. So they're compost mailers. Let's have a look. I got the medium size, I think, but that's how big they are. They're quite large. And it just says that on the front. So I've never actually seen one of these before. I've never had anyone ship to me in one of these no issue bags. So I'm just gonna read the back. So it's made out of plant material like corn or more corn. It can compost within 6 months, and make sure you remove any labels before chucking in the compost. So the reason that you remove any of the labels is obviously because stickers don't go in the compost, and ink can't be in the compost either. So, well, that's what I've heard. So I'm assuming that would be why you have to remove any labels and stuff that come on the bag, because a lot of people don't actually know that. I'll just have a look and see if this fits. So this is one of my other boxes. Oh, and just by the way, I get all of these boxes. So I get the parcel size, I get all of my rigid mailers, pretty much anything I package into, I get them from EB Packaging, which is online and on eBay. I'll link them below. So that's pretty much the size of this one. This one is a 22 by 17 by 8, or very, very close, like I might be a centimeter off on the dimensions. But that's what that one is. So these are quite big, these bags. I probably would be doing fine with just the smaller one. So that fits really easily in there. I can also obviously use these for other items as well. These, I believe, are the same size as the medium Ozpost satchels. And that's the reason I got the medium ones. I'm assuming these are medium. I can't remember what I ordered. That's why I got this size, because when I tried to fit these boxes in the small Ozpost bags, they don't fit. The reason I like to use boxes rather than just a satchel is because bows, scrunchies, all that sort of stuff, they can get squashed, they can move around, and they'll get bent. So that's why I like to just have them protected. But I was also thinking, because weather as well, I've never had this happen, but I've heard like heaps of people online and stuff, like the boxes get wet and then the products get damaged. I hear this more in the US rather than Australia, but people smoke in like the vans that they deliver in, and then it gets like the products get contaminated. So I was just thinking, to just be extra safe while also being environmentally friendly, I could have these bags. Obviously they're a little bit more expensive, but they probably work out a lot cheaper than if I was to purchase the tape and use the tape on these every time, which is like the environmentally friendly tape. I'm assuming that it would be cheaper this way than the other way, for me in general. These bags, I think, are about 50 cents each. They're actually quite cheap, really. I think that was actually 55. I think I got 100 for $55, but I think they're even cheaper if you buy even more bulk. 100 would last me a very long time, because I don't post heaps of these parcels, and I don't know if I'll use them for every single parcel either. So as I said earlier, the ones I ship as an envelope, I just tape the address on the front, which I print off from a Word document. I cut it out and just tape it on the front as it is, and then put stickers on it like the stamp. But for parcels, I will print them out from Australia Post business account. I don't have it linked up to my Shopify or my Etsy. I found that Etsy was more expensive when I tried to purchase it through their labels, because I'm in a higher tier with just Australia Post Business, and I just print out labels through them. I just use normal A4 paper, and I usually can fit 4 on a page, and then I just cut them. I sometimes use my matte paper as well, my sticker paper, but not all the time, because I don't want to waste a full page of sticker paper for just like one parcel if I'm only printing one label. But if I'm printing quite a few labels, I'll most likely just do the sticker paper. So that's sort of like most of the outside stuff explained, how I ship, sort of. And now for like the inner stuff, usually I'll use this box over here. This is just one of my rigid mailer boxes, and I've just taken the little flaps off. Normally I'll use my thank you cards, which I'll show you guys properly later. I have my stamp, I have my little logo stickers, I have more thank you card designs. I used to put my business cards in with them, but I've decided recently that I'm not going to do that anymore, just because the thank you cards already have pretty much everything on them anyway. I have these little bags, which I've been using for stickers. So they sort of look like this, with like a little thank you on there. And I've also got one, like a little sticker that says free gift as well. And I've just been putting them in these little bags. These are just paper bags, so they're completely recyclable. So we've got those. So these are my thank you cards. I have 3 of them, but the other one is elsewhere. These are designed by little blank spaces on the front, and I'm not too sure who designed the back, but that's that person was on Etsy. And I wanted to do them this way so then people could put them on like their walls, because I have postcards up in this room. Just in general, I have I think 4 different postcards. When I say postcards, that's like sort of the aim I was going for, something pretty on the back, which also duplicates as a thank you card. So I wanted something that people didn't have to just throw straight out. I wanted something that people could keep. On the back, it's just got all my details and like a thank you for supporting small business and all that. Just the basics. I mentioned before, but I don't use environmentally friendly tape. I just use regular household tape. I use that in this size and this size. So these are both from Kmart, the actual tape dispensers and also the tape itself. I use this one mostly for all the, pretty much everything, all the envelopes I need to tape up. And I also use them for all of the parcels. Prior to me using the compost mailers, I would have used these. When I shipped overseas in envelope, I just used normal envelopes because it was more expensive for me to use the rigid mailers. Rigid mailers weigh quite a bit, so I would have to use these sort of, these are like sparkly a little bit. So I have a heap of these still for when they do open back up. I believe they're still not doing them for actual products. They are only doing them for documents at the moment, for overseas letter mail. But once they open back up, I will most likely go back to using that, which is hopefully soon. I also use these sort of bags. I have poly bags, and I've also got cellophane bags and a smaller cellophane bag too. Poly bags obviously aren't at all environmentally friendly because they're plastic, but cellophane is not as bad, still not great. But these ones can actually go in the compost because they can be naturally derived from wood and cotton and hemp and stuff, or what I've read on the internet. Although they're not 100%, they're still a lot better than using just straight plastic because they can go in the compost and stuff like that. At the moment, I still have quite a few poly bags left, which is, yeah, plastic bags. So I'm trying to get rid of these so I can purchase actual cellophane bags, because they are slightly better. So I get a lot of questions why I use tissue paper versus like the cellophane poly bags in my videos. The cellophane poly bags are great for scrunchies that are really thick. When I have like thick scrunchies, like for example, all the velvets or just a thick material, or if I've just used a lot of material in that scrunchie, they can sometimes be too thick for the envelopes. So I need to use the cellophane bags to squish them down and kind of seal them in. Whereas tissue paper won't do that. It won't suction, obviously, because it's only tissue paper. It's a porous material. So that is why you'll see sometimes I use a cellophane versus a tissue paper. I have been trying to use tissue paper more, but it's just that fine line between what the customer has paid for shipping, because obviously if it's envelope shipping, especially if it's in a tracked envelope, especially this one because it's flimsy and paper, I will put it in a cellophane or poly bag just to keep it protected, because I do not want my products to get damaged if this rips in the mail. The bigger ones aren't too bad. I don't have any with me here, but the bigger ones actually are cardboard, so they're not as bad. So I do sometimes put the tissue paper in those ones, but I still tend to use these because, again, they're not the rigid mailers, so they can puff up quite large, and then like if they do, like me or the customer will get the extra shipping charge fine thing, so then it'll be like classed as a parcel rather than an envelope, which is quite a big difference in price. So that's why I sometimes use like the poly bags rather than the tissue paper. I also do like little free stickers with my orders. I've just like done like little samples, so they're a little bit smaller than my normal sizes, and I've just been putting 1 or 2 of those in each order. And of course the trusty PO box. So I use a stamp. So I just use a stamp like this one to pop on everything, all my envelopes, all my rigid mailers, not the parcels, because parcels when I print out from Australia Post actually have my address on there, but I always have a PO box just in case it doesn't end up at their destination. It will come back to me, and I've never had an issue with that. That sort of explains the packaging of those items. I also package bows up a little bit differently now. So I made these myself. These ones are for 2 to 3 bows. I usually will just cut in the middle and in the middles and cut them into 4 pieces, and then I'll put a slit down the middle of the one piece of card, and then I'll put the bows on there. So I make these myself. I just made them in a Word document again, and I duplicated those, and I think I saved them as a PDF. That's pretty good too, really easy, really cheap to make. This is on, I think, 220 GSM paper. So I'll just cut one of these apart so I can show you what I mean. So I just cut them into the 4 like that, and then I'll just slice in the middle. So it's got a little gap in there. And then I'll put the bows on. So I just put the bows on like this. So I just find it keeps it a little bit more protected now that there's got like a sort of a barrier around it, so stuff can't sort of go close to the bow and squish it sideways and that sort of stuff. I used to put my bows in the poly bags, but as I mentioned, I'm trying to steer away from them as much as I can. So this recyclable alternative works better for me. For the scrunchies, still can't do much about that, but just because of the thickness. So in a pretty standard package or envelope from me, what you'll find is a thank you card. You'll have a sticker on some sort of packaging, whether that be the tissue paper or the cellophane bags, poly bags, or yeah, just wherever. There'll be most likely a sticker branding my packaging, a sample sticker, which would usually be just the butterfly or my scrunchie ones. So you'll probably see something like that. Obviously I did used to have my business card as well, but I have since stopped putting those in, as I mentioned before. And then you also have packing slips. So I print out every single packing slip because I find they're vital to the way I package, because I will look at whoever's order it is, I'll read their name, I'll read exactly what's in that order, I'll pick all those pieces out, and then I'll package them, and then I'll look at what sort of shipping method they've chosen, like envelope shipping, express, parcel, all that. So these are vital for the way I run my small handmade business. I always have done them. I used to do them in like a full A4 sheet, but when I started doing a lot more orders every week, that just became way too much ink costs, and it became way too much paper to use. So now what I do is I print them in 4. So when I go into layout, I'll choose print 4 to a page, and they come out this size, which is a perfect size. I just fold them up and then they're done. I can just pop them in there, in with every single order, and I'll write on each one of these a little thank you note, just saying thank you for your order, and then like my signature. Or if they leave a tip, I usually just write a little message as well. It's just a lot easier for me to use packing slips. I know some people don't use them. I don't know how you do that, because I wouldn't be able to do that at all. I need to see like who the person is and what they've ordered. It's just so much easier for me. I just pick up the slip and then fulfill that order, and then it's done. So I've probably talked for way too long now to try and explain most of my packaging reasons and why I do it and how I do it. So I think I'll just start packaging some orders and show you and maybe explain at the same time what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Might help, I don't know. Alright, I'll set up for some packaging and we'll start doing it. Okay, so for this order, they have ordered a couple of different scrunchies, and it's also going to the United States, so it needs to go on a parcel. So I'll just get this box ready. Okay. What you should do is just fold over the tissue paper like this, just fold in half, and then I pop it in the box. And because I'm trying not to use the tape, I'm not going to tape up the back part like I usually do. And then we're going to find these items. So she's ordered this one. I don't know if you can see that. I'll put it there. So she's ordered the small pink floral. She ordered a Cars one, which is down here somewhere. She ordered pink Charlie, which will be also in here somewhere. Oh, she also ordered that one. Valentine's cord, pink Charlie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. So these are the ones she ordered, so I'll just place those in here. I also started wrapping them this way rather than wrapping the scrunchies in an actual parcel, like a package. So then the tissue paper can be reused if needed. You just need to take the sticker off. And I try not to like crease the tissue paper too much, so then yeah, it's more neat and can be reused easier. So it pretty much looks like that. So I'll put my sticker on there. Thank you card. Also put a little sticker in there too. And then I'll put the packing slip as well in there. And I'm going to put this one in one of those new mailers that I got. So as I said before, the reason I don't want to just chuck them into this mailer is because I want to keep them protected, and I just feel more secure using this box. Even though it is a little bit more expensive to use a box and a mailer, I just feel like it's a bit more protected, won't get squashed and won't get ruined or damaged, that sort of stuff. The good thing about these no issue bags as well, they can be reused. They have two of these, I don't know what you call that. So it actually says reuse me on here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. So I thought that was really cool. So yeah, I'll just peel off this one. So then it can be reused at a later date. I just wanted it to be a little bit more tight, so I put it in this way rather than putting it in the other way. I'm just gonna tuck those in. I'm just being pedantic at this point. And then once I print out the sticker or print out the paper, I'll pop it on here. But for now, I have a list of names on this piece of paper. So I'll just put this customer's name on the front and just lightly sticky tape it on, so then I know whose it is. And also they can reuse the box if they want it as well, because the boxes are quite nice, and keeping it safe in one of these is going to look even better. So that's one done. So the next one's just to go in Australia, and it's an envelope, just a normal standard one. I used to paint these rigid mailers, and I think I might get back into it. I don't know, because they look kind of pretty when they were painted. Yeah, so rigid mailer. So we've got khaki green linen, and we've got a black rayon scrunchie. So that's black rayon, and the khaki green, I think it was already pre-made, so it'll be in here somewhere. There we go. So these are both quite thin, so I'll be able to use just tissue paper for those. So I usually use about half a sheet. I used to use a lot less, but now I use about half. My tissue paper, by the way, I get that from eBay. I don't know who I get it from. I just type in tissue paper and have a look at what's the cheapest at that current point in time. Usually it's really cheap. I can get it for pennies, honestly. So if you ever buy tissue paper, make sure you purchase it from eBay or like purchase in bulk. I think I got 500 sheets for about $23. So yeah, they're so cheap. There we go. And I'll just put my sticker on the front there. So I'm just putting my thank you card in and a little sticker, and I'm also going to put the packing slip. I've been putting it like this so then the sticker doesn't get lost. And putting that in and sliding all this in. There we go. So I grab this thing, and I'll usually tape at least one at the bottom, and then I'll tape all around, but I'll also tape the name on at the same time, so obviously I won't be able to show you that part. So that's obviously the back side, and I just stamp that on. It's probably easier to stamp before I make it into a box because it leaves all that ink. Sorry, this one's quite a big one. It's got a few bows. Okay, and I'm just going to make another slit in one of these. So these are my tied bow ones, so they're not my original bows. I have original bows, which are ones I first made when I first started out. So I've got those, and she also ordered the matching, so those three, which are all matching, and that one, and the green one. All those are apricot, which is that one, dusty pink satin, and Valentine's Day cord, which is all those. So it looks quite nice, very pretty. And this is a tracked one as well, going to United States. So again, I'm gonna have to use one of the big parcel boxes. So I'm gonna put the bows at the bottom, just so they don't get squashed, because if they're at the top, they might bend eventually. So I'll pop those down there. And then we'll pop all these in. Might go sideways this time. These just look so pretty. So that's pretty much it for my packaging explanation. But don't go too fast, don't run off, because I have 2 more packaging videos at the end of this video. They're like really big orders, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'm going to keep packaging up all these, and hopefully my explanations weren't too bad. If you have any questions, please make sure to ask below. I also have a no issue affiliate link, which you can purchase any of their packaging, any of their stamps, any of their stickers, anything like that through my link, and I'll get paid a commission, which is what an affiliate link is. So if you want to help support the channel and support me as well, that's a really great way to do that, while also supporting the environment and getting some really cool packaging. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos on packaging and just tutorials, information, anything small business related. I'm more than happy to help, and I love doing them. So, and thank you so much for 9,000 subscribers. I'm honestly so blessed to have everyone support me in this way, and thank you for 15,000 followers on Instagram as well. I've reached both of those milestones yesterday, and it's just really exciting for me to be growing so fast on YouTube, and also hitting another milestone for Instagram. It's really exciting. I'm gonna get going now, and I hope you all enjoyed it, and make sure you stay around, because I've got 2 more videos coming up. They are massive orders, so hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. Bye.